From Peoria, Videomax Limited presents Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Sandra Hollywood Hall and Daniel Dewey Shore. The news with Jen French and Cody Brutlag. Sports with Courtney Shattuck. Our news interviewer and star reporter is Ashley Edler with the Midstate News team. Stephen E. Mollering takes us to the movies with Get Real. Sandra Hollywood Hall is back in the spotlight. Rihanna Pouncey takes us about town. And Kevin Logsdon leads the street tea. And now, from America's friendliest city, here's Midstate Magazine with your hosts, Sandra and Daniel. Take it away, kids.
Hello! Welcome to Midstate Magazine.
Thanks for joining us.
The host with the most, Sandra Hollywood Hall.
And Daniel Dewey Shore.
Hello.
Sandra,
so, what's
I
going
have
on?
I have the most ridiculous news story that I've seen in quite a while.
Well, I want to hear what's so ridiculous about it. Tell me.
All right. Recently, Kentucky Fried Chicken announced, the Colonel Sanders brand, announced that they are willing to help fund grants for cities to repair the potholes that have been caused by this past winter and now the warming up and expansion of the asphalt and pavement. And they are willing to help sponsor that if the cities in turn, there's always a catch, if the cities in turn allow KFC to use what they call temporary chalk, I don't know how long it lasts, to spray onto the patches that they put on the road and say, it'll say KFC refreshed your roads or something along those lines to go with their new Keep It Fresh advertising campaign.
That is hilarious. And there are so many potholes out here that KFC is going to be all across the streets. That is amazing.
I actually know how many. There's 350 million estimated potholes in America right now.
Wow.
So one for every boy and girl out there.
So instead of repairing, so KFC will market itself in a way like, hey, you know, here's a pothole. KFC is refreshing these roads, and
like
come get a
your city's
chicken.
Your city's refreshed by Kentucky Fried Chicken, and then it'll.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't that ridiculous?
Yeah. Do you think it's gonna?
I guess first and foremost, I'm a little shocked at where advertising is now showing up and where it's coming from. At the same time, though, with the recession and the financial situation cities are in, and we see it here in Peoria and across the nation, cities are looking for financial help, and KFC's offering it. But so that's our news. We can go to the news desk and check out what else is going on.
Check it out.
Thanks, Sandra and Daniel, and welcome to Midstate Magazine. I'm Jen French.
I'm Cody Brutlag. Now let's take a first look at the news.
Former detainee Almari's criminal trial could begin as soon as December 2009, according to the U.S. District Judge Michael Mim. Almari pleaded not guilty to the charges brought against him last week and is currently in the Pekin Federal Prison awaiting trial. Almari was arrested in December 2001 under suspicion of aiding al-Qaeda efforts from within the United States. He was detained in a U.S. naval brig for nearly 6 years.
Many students and their families are facing tough economic times these days, and students are in need of financial aid now more than ever. But what's Financial Services doing to help with this problem? Midstate Magazine's Andrea Kim has more.
Although numerous Bradley families have felt the impacts of the recession, only a small number of those families have been impacted significantly enough to receive additional aid since the recession.
We've seen some increase in the communication that we've had with families about their own individual situations that are being affected.
Pardic foresees an increase in professional judgment to increase financial aid to better accommodate students' needs.
And what that really means is that we're able to, on a family's behalf, alter the results of their applications to better reflect the situation that exists now as opposed to the situation that existed previous to the change.
The university takes direct loans from the federal government.
We loan money directly from the federal government, so we don't have to be concerned with, nor do our families, whether or not a bank or a credit union is in a position to loan them money.
Pardic guarantees that tuition increases are always beneficial.
The only time families should be concerned about tuition increasing is if it doesn't increase. In order to retain faculty, in order to keep class size relatively small, in order to have mostly full-time as opposed to part-time faculty, you've got to have those natural increases that are going to occur.
For Midstate Magazine, I'm Andrea Kim.
Thanks, Andrea. A new study has linked childhood obesity to rapid weight gain during the first 6 months of an infant's life. According to a new study, scientists believe that sudden weight change in infants is a more important factor than previously thought. This challenges previously held beliefs that an infant's weight at birth and weight of the biological parents were the largest factors. However, some physicians are skeptical of the study, and officials say more research will be needed before scientists conclude their studies.
Remains of the smallest dinosaur yet have been discovered by paleontologists in Canada. This carnivore, a theropod no larger than a chicken, was actually discovered in 1982 but remained unstudied in a drawer at a Canadian museum. It's only recently received attention. The find is very rare, according to officials. Larger meat-eating dinosaurs known in that time frame could weigh more than 1,000 kilograms, while others tended to be extremely small.
An active ingredient in licorice may interfere with drugs used by transplant patients. The main ingredient found in licorice has been used for medicinal purposes in the past to lower blood levels. However, scientists recently began warning patients to consult with their doctors about eating licorice while on medication after results showed that licorice significantly lowered blood levels when tested in rats. Now let's go to Courtney with sports.
Thanks, Jen. The Bradley Braves men's baseball team played their home opener 2 weeks ago against Northern Illinois. The team plays their home games at O'Brien Field in downtown Peoria. President Glasser was at the game to throw out the very first pitch, while fans and employees at the stadium cheered her on. Bradley collected 3 hits in its midweek non-conference doubleheader, but managed to split with Northern Illinois. Last week at home, Wichita State took 2 opener 5-2. The final games of the series were canceled due to bad weather. Speaking of baseball, it's time to head outdoors and enjoy the smell of freshly cut grass and hot dogs. We're talking about O'Brien Field, of course. The Chiefs have been prepping at spring training for their April 9th home opener against Kane County. 66 former Chiefs players and staff hope to find their names on the Major League roster too. By the way, if you're looking for a summer job, the Chiefs organization has just the opportunity for you. Sign up to be Homer, the Fire Chief dog mascot at O'Brien Field.
If you can't trust an IRS agent to not to cheat on his taxes, who can you trust? Internal Revenue Service agent Jim Liu pleaded guilty to cheating on his taxes. Liu said he filed a tax return claiming to have lost money on a piece of real estate he sold in Sonoma back in 2002. In truth, however, Liu made a hefty sum off of this real estate venture, but still reported losing up to $4,200 on his taxes. A false tax return charge is punishable by up to 3 years in prison. Well, that's all for Midstate News. I'm Jen French.
And I'm Cody Brutlog. Be sure to join us next week.
And I'm Courtney Shattuck. Have a good evening.
Thanks, News.
Thanks, guys. Something that you might not even know. Sandra,
What?
did you hear?
What did I hear?
That Congressman Aaron Schock is coming back to the area to do a little public speaking.
No, I didn't hear that. What's he coming back here for? I mean, not to say we don't want him back here.
Well, there's a
but-
lot of news about Bradley, and Bradley University recently announced that Aaron Schock will be the commencement speaker for spring graduation on May 16th at the Civic Center.
Wow, good deal. Yeah, he's a Bradley alum.
Yeah, and he's one of the youngest members to ever serve in U.S. government, but also he'll be the youngest speaker ever at a Bradley commencement, at least in the past 30 years. So for 3 decades, we haven't. I don't know who was younger. I'm not sure who was popular back then. Let's see, 30 years ago, that was 78.
Well, somebody back there's popular, but yeah, well, that's cool. Well, we're gonna
Could have
welcome
been
him.
Michael Jackson, the Partridge Family, maybe someone.
You know, the Beatles. Who knows?
Just thinking.
All right, well, good then. Hey, welcome here. But hey, since we're talking about the politics, Obama, he has been in Europe.
He's traveling around.
He's traveling. Like him and the First Lady, they met Queen Elizabeth II. That was nice. They went to the Royal Opera House. And, they even met the President of France.
Meeting everyone.
Yeah, so there's some important stuff going on at their France, so they're going to go ahead and handle some business, and yeah, they're going to
I did not have a chance to meet the Queen when I went to London in
you were
January.
telling me about that. So
But, I saw her palace, and they fly a flag when she's there, and she was not in, so.
Nope. Gonna get her next go round.
Then the next goal was to at least make one of the guards laugh at Buckingham Palace.
Yeah, I heard
And
they don't.
yeah, you can't even get near them.
So even if you smile or try to
You have to,
tickle
like-
them, they have a straight face.
You have
all
to
the
like
time.
write jokes on a poster and hold it up, or I don't know, text them out.
Okay, well, hey, let's go see what's going on. Get real, maybe.
I'll be there.
All right, get real.
Steven?
Marriage, engagement, love, and friendship. They're all things many people either already happily share or one day hope to. However, for some people, marriage just leads to those funny and awkward parts of life, something the new comedy I Love Ya Man reminds us of.
Will you marry me?
Yes! Peter already booked the place we went for that long weekend.
So romantic.
So romantic.
She doesn't know she's on speakerphone.
That's where you guys had sex for the first time, right?
Wow.
Marry him. Lock that stud down,
Peter
girl.
Clavin is a successful real estate agent who, upon getting engaged to the woman of his dreams, Zooey, discovers, much to his dismay, that he doesn't have any male friend that's close enough to serve as his best man. Peter immediately sets out to rectify the situation, embarking on a series of bizarre and awkward man dates before meeting Sidney Fife, a charming, opinionated man with whom he instantly bonds. But the closer the two men get, the more Peter's relationship with Zooey suffers, ultimately forcing him to choose. It's a story that comedically explores what it truly means to be a true friend.
Truth is, I've been a girlfriend guy, but out of all those girls, you're the only one that wanted me to have my own life. It's like one of the most romantic things I could ever think of. What's up? Come on.
Hey, geek! I just stepped in your dog's crap! Peter, run!
In a day and age where people get lost in both their work and their technological toys, growing distant from those they once knew, I Love Ya Man is a hilarious reminder of just how important close friendships are for us all. Overall, I give the film a solid 2 thumbs up. For Get Real, I'm Stephen E. Mollering.
Thanks, Stephen. As always, 2 thumbs up. So,
All right.
reviewing the movies he loves.
Yeah, so the short sleeves, what's going on with this?
I figured, why not? Weather is starting to get nice out. We a little rainy, I know.
Rainy.
We got some snow, but I think things are starting to warm up. I think we're starting to see what's going to bring May flowers, getting some April showers. But that's a trade-off. There's always a hook, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's the balance, 50s, 60s, just
I would
triple a little 70s. Hey, I think that's no more.
If KFC wants to write temperature freshly brought to you by KFC on my thermometer, then that's a fair trade-off.
Let's go with it.
I would take that.
Yeah, because spring fashion, hey, coming around the corner. Hey,
You don't have to tell me,
I can't wait to short
Sandra.
sleeves and shorts and everything. So.
Fashion is my forte, please.
We'll see in my segment, but no.
Do you see these shoes? These are classy,
those are hot.
classy shoes.
Yeah, they're classy.
Fashionable.
Yeah, but about fashion, so a next top model, they're going to be in their 13th cycle. Well, they have these auditions where you had to be 5'7" and under. No longer can you be the 5'7" taller. No, you can be short. For instance, me, I'm 5'4", so I'm qualified. But what's crazy is in New York, it was like a rampage. Like girls were going crazy all over the place. Like it was fights breaking out.
Short girls or
short girls?
Short girls.
5 feet, 5'2", whatever. It's crazy. So I don't know. We'll see.
So this is to switch up.
Yeah, this is switch. I mean, for like 12 cycles, they've had girls 5'7". So of course, people who are short thinking, I don't have a chance being a model. But hey, now we can.
I figure by unlucky 13th, they should at least be giving
at least
those who are vertically challenged, I believe, is how we politically.
Well, I'm not vertically. I'm
correct.
just short, but it's okay. So we'll see what they're talking about. But I have to go talk about fashion and for spring. So can I go?
That's a perfect transition.
Well, let me go.
Get out of here. What are you doing?
With April promising us a warm springtime, it's time to throw away those wintry garments and get into spring attire. Ruffles, bows, and sequins will be everywhere. If you are slender, go for the ruffles along your neckline. If you are a fuller figure, look for lace trimmings that will catch the eye. Expect a lot of variety of dresses this spring. They range from high-waist dress styles or even the long, free-flowing dresses. My personal favorite this spring are the single-shoulder dresses with an asymmetrical shoulder line. Spring fashion trends tend to get a little more revealing. We blame it on the heat and one's desire to show off. So in 2009, turn to the sheer trend to keep you cool yet sexy. Now what about the jewelry? Well, it's not the first time bejeweled pieces have been a hit over the past few years. But in 2009, the return of the brighter, bolder, and more elegant jewelry has arrived. Now, of course, we cannot forget about the hair trend for 2009. Well, the ball was so last season. It's time for long hair, cut and layered correctly to leave you able to take advantage of the flowing, straight, and sleek or mermaid-type hair. No matter what you choose this year, you want to remember to choose what works, color and coupons. Don't worry, gentlemen, Spring Fashion 2009 for you all is around the corner. I'm Sandra Hollywood Hall, and as always, you can count on me to keep you in the know within the spotlight. Back to set. Bye-bye. All righty,
Really back in.
I'm back. Okay.
So ruffles or lace for my figure?
I want to see lace.
That's interesting. A little awkward. All right. Sure is hot on this set. Anyway, could be the lights. So yeah, you talked about Jewel, which reminded me, Jewel is not performing on Dancing with the Stars.
No, they have an injury. They're doing well. She hopes to want to return, but
that's reality TV for you. An injury, and you can't be on it.
No, yeah.
Just like real life.
No. Well, Dancing with the Stars is going pretty well. 9 finalists. We'll have to see. David Allegrister on there. Steve-O.
Hey.
He's making an impact. Little Kim still on there. Yeah, it's still a good cast of people. So hey, it's a tough competition. Tough competition. Having too much fun, but yeah.
And American Idol's starting to wind down too.
Yeah.
Really narrowing down reality TV. This is the season, right?
This is the core for all reality TV. I don't know what's going on. Like for instance, Real World Road Rules Challenge, Tongue Twister.
Are ours hard for you, Sandra?
Yeah, the Tongue Twisters. They're coming. They're gonna come back with a new challenge. So hey, it's pretty intense with these reality shows.
The real reality. I mean, you have baseball season coming up. Let's.
Yeah.
And I just found out that I will get to be working with Bruce Levine of ESPN Radio 1000 in Chicago.
Oh, good job.
And in August through October, through the end of baseball season, and helping cover some of the Chicago sports teams.
Now, all right, we're talking about Chicago sports teams. So, what sports team are you leaning towards with baseball?
Cubs. Cubs.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Peoria Chiefs fan first and foremost.
Okay, definitely.
And then we work our way up to the Cubs, so it only makes sense to me.
It does.
But we're going to go to About Town with Rihanna and stay out of a fight between us.
All right, let's go.
Have a creative itch? Want to breathe in the fresh aroma of culture and the arts? Want to do it in Peoria? Well, you can at the Contemporary Arts Center located on Water Street in downtown Peoria. If you want to see local artists showcase their talents, hear some live music, or even learn a thing or two, the Arts Center has all that and more.
Well, we feature contemporary artists, and that is defined as artists who are living and artists who also are working contemporary styles, something that's edgy, something that's innovative, something that's maybe redefining what we might consider art.
William Butler is the executive director at the Contemporary Arts Center. Being an artist himself, he knows a thing or two about art and how the center embraces it in all forms.
We don't really go according to the genre. We try to have a variety of different things: glass, two-dimensional work, everything in between.
The Contemporary Arts Center has been open since 1994 with artist and musician Preston Jackson and others as the main artists who started and helped to contribute to the center. The idea of the center is for artists to work together in an environment in which they could both create and encourage viewing and discussing contemporary art. With this facility being open 6 days a week and admission only being $7 for members and $10 for non-members, you have the perfect opportunity to absorb some culture and get those creative juices flowing here at the Contemporary Arts Center. For About Town, I'm Rihanna Pouncey.
Wow, thank you, Rihanna. That was beautiful art.
Have you been there?
No, I have not. I want to go now. Looking at that.
I
Now, we were just kind of talking about some art, so please tell us more about
Oh,
the art.
I've become quite the connoisseur. Well, first of all, I went there on a date recently.
Oh,
and,
it wasn't with me, just to let everybody know, but okay.
You would have, okay, yep. Anyway, moving on. And they had a really cool modern glass collection.
Okay.
So I got into that, and they have prices on this stuff, which is,
Most art,
everything is like really tempting. You're like, that would be awesome if it didn't cost $3,000.
Arm and a leg, yeah.
And an arm and a leg, plus money. So that's just asking too much.
No, it's asking too much.
But yeah, so I've been getting into like this modern art movement. I went to, in London, they have the Tate Moderne. I said Tate Modern for a long time, and then I heard someone say it fancy, and I was like, oh, that sounds way better. So I was like, all right, modern it is. And I had a chance to go to Washington, D.C. Last month, and I went to, it's called the Hirshhorn Gallery. It's part of the Smithsonian Institution.
All right.
And thank you very much. And the Hirshhorn Moderne. Everything's French and modern art. So, no, that's not true, actually. Sorry. All right. And I went to the Hirshhorn Gallery, and what really gets me is like how they choose what gets in, what doesn't, what's considered art, and what's just a black square on the wall. And to me, it's really arbitrary, but I'd like to find out more about. I mean, they had a green, like, piece of a pie chart, and that was called the green curve. Wow. And that got to be displayed in Washington, D.C. on a wall and was considered famous. And I think I could do it.
Okay, well, hey, we'll see what kind of art there is, but we have to go to the street team first.
All right. Kevin?
Or April's Fool's Day is not technically a holiday, but everyone still has fun pulling pranks and hoaxes on each other for just good old time fun. You familiar with April Fool's Day?
Yes.
I am.
Yes, I am.
What's the worst prank that you've pulled or that somebody else has pulled on you?
People tend to avoid me with pranks, and I just avoid pulling them on people.
Oh, pretending to get hit by a car. It was a prank I pulled on my mom.
On April Fool's last year, I called my dad sounding like someone else, and I said, because he was on vacation at the time.
Any April Fool's Day jokes, songs for Halloween?
No. Neither do I care.
Neither do you care. You
No, actually I don't. I'm sorry.
Are you sure? What about Round and Round by Rat?
You know, I never thought of that.
Oh, your fly's open.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh my god.
April Fool!
Yeah. April 1st still isn't a holiday, but the hoax and pranks will last a lifetime. For Midstate Magazine, I'm Kevin Logston.
April Fools!
So last week was pretty crazy with pranks.
Yeah, okay, I have to hear. What April Fool's pranks have you played? Please.
I think when I was living at home, the best prank that I played was you just put a rubber band around the detachment from the sink. And because, you know, when you squeeze it, the water doesn't come out the main faucet anymore. And so if you put the rubber band on it, as soon as someone turns the water on, right to the sprayer.
Catastrophe. Well, my best one, it had to have been when I was in 5th grade. I had perfect attendance. I was on honor roll, everything. So I was like, you know what? I'm pulling a prank on my mom. So I was like, you know what? Professor, can you write me a detention slip? She was like, what for? So I'm like, just write me a detention slip, say, you know, I talked back, I didn't turn my paper, I was just being really rebellious. She was like, okay, I'm gonna write a detention slip. So she wrote one up for me. Then she called my mom, was like, Mrs. Hall, Sandra has been disruptive towards our classmates and blah, blah, blah. And my mom was just so furious. So my mom had to come to the school and then I had to hand the detention slip in, and it said April Fool's. My mom was so mad, but she thought it was the funniest thing because why? She got out of work a little bit early, so we went shopping afterwards. But hey, it was funny.
Now, see, that could backfire. I mean, that could turn into a real detention as soon as you know, a teacher says, hey, you have a detention slip. You've got to serve that.
No, like, no, April Fool's.
And that was in 5th grade. That's pretty good, Sandra.
Grade. Yeah, ever since then, I'm like, you know, no more April Fool's jokes. I'm good. I don't, April Fool's, you just never know.
I think one of my favorites my dad pulled on my mom once, he recorded during the winter a snow announcement that all the schools were closed, and he put it on tape, and then he set the alarm clock to play the tape when it went off in the morning. And so, you know, we're talking April 1st, and all of a sudden there's a snow announcement on the radio, and I was impressed.
Hilarious.
All right, State of the Arts, and we'll see what's going on and get in touch with our soul.
Yes, go.
Good evening and welcome to State of the Arts. I'm Ashley Edlin, filling in for Marlon Washington. This week with us we have a Bradley alum who began writing at a very young age. Originally from St. Louis, he has expanded his audience base so much that he has been featured on various websites. His socially focused writing is infused with events from his own life and discusses topics that the common man can relate to. His poems bring forth a message of enlightenment that is edgy, original, and all his own. We have with us Dante Henderson. Hi, how are you? Thanks for being here.
Well, thank you. I really appreciate you having me.
Okay, so like, what inspired you to begin writing?
Well, when I started off in middle school, it was to impress girls, I guess. But the more and more I became older and just mature, I started to like notice things that were going on in my environment that were really shaping the person that I was. So I just started to write. And it was always an outlet because I used to draw, but then I started to pick up the pen, so it came natural.
So what kind of things inspire you to write? What do you like to write about?
Well, most of the time I end up writing about the things that I notice that are constantly shaping me. Like, you know, I may look at the news, I may see a person, you know, doing a song, and it may inspire me to write something. But most of my stuff is pretty personal. You know, the love poems, you got the introspective poems. So it pretty much varies.
So would you categorize yourself as a slam poet? I mean, I don't really know the difference between an actual poet and a slam poet, so fill me in.
Well, I would characterize a slam poet as a person who has a very performance element to their poems. Me, I don't really memorize a lot of my poetry, and also I'm pretty boring. Like,
oh, no,
no, okay. And when I say boring, I think I'm awesome. But at the same time, I know that like I don't have that type of bravado to go up there and just be, like, you know, I pretty much just like to read it. But I think my content is great, but just my performance it's not built for slam poetry.
So you don't freestyle anything, you just...
No, I don't freestyle anything.
That's cool. So what kind of places do you get your material from?
Well, most of the time I just get my material, I mean, you know, just reading books, and pretty much it just comes naturally off the top of my head, really, honestly. I mean, all my stuff is original, and that's really about it.
Okay, and the other thing is you were recently featured on yourblackbrothers.com.
Yes.
Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Well, I got a chance to write for that website. A man named Boyce Watkins, he's on CNN all the time. He's a finance professor at Syracuse, and I had an internship at Syracuse one summer. And he just approached me. He was like, you know, I really like you. You know, you seem like a great guy. And I got a chance to write for his website pretty regularly. But yeah, I featured like every week on there.
So do you have your own web address that you can tell us a little bit about or give it to us?
Well, I don't have a web address, but for anybody that's on Facebook, they can join my cult following on Facebook. You know, I'm kind of glad a little bit. But yeah, my Facebook group is named Dante Henderson as a writer.
Cool.
And I have about 600 plus members.
Very cool. Okay, and right now, Dante will be performing an original poetry piece called Untitled.
Yeah. I apologize for not having a title, but it just works out like that sometimes. In your mind, I can rewrite history, create mystery where testimony has been heard, acts and vows in your name that you didn't know existed. Supposedly the cloud shifted, but the result was a drizzle from your iris. I can deny I see love in your eyelid. The potential to birth it and burp it means you have purpose. I'm not so sure I deserve this. In my world, you can make history by flowing free with the times. Idealizing concepts of perfection is half the deception. I wait for conception, and when the questions of the other galaxy creates fallacies that lead to nonfiction, I'll listen. Let's slow dance with speed, sync our lives with the seasons, become synonymous with growth. Nurture our uniqueness, each day will create serenity for us both. Our walks will feel like recess. The idle moments will cure our anxieties. In your world, we can create possibility, where our past has been scarred by futility.
That was beautiful.
Thank you, I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
All right, well, thank you so much for being here. It was a terrific job. Thank you for watching State of the Arts. I'm Ashley Edlin, reminding you that you are never too busy to feed your soul with the arts.
Wow, Dante, very nice.
Untitled, that's deep.
And Dante, I've started doing a little poetry on my own, Sandra. I'm not sure if you knew this, but
no,
started doing some slam poetry, doing a little of the theatrical performance that Dante attested to.
Okay.
And also been doing some stand-up comedy, so.
And how's that going for you?
It's going well.
It's going well?
Yeah, I'll probably put something up on YouTube soon, so hold your horses.
Hey, I'm looking forward to it.
Try to get into the Jukebox Comedy Club down on Farmington Road.
You're endless with stuff you want to do. You're artsy, like you've been saying. You want to get into more of the art form, so hey, go for it.
I think my artistic side is really starting to blossom, which is
well, it's probably
very
the spring.
exciting.
It's blossoming.
That's it. Ah, you're good.
I'm
you
good.
really tied it in.
in.
Nice. Well, KFC, hopefully we'll keep our show fresh every week.
Yes, so we should.
And keep in mind, if you're not watching us,
you're not watching much at all.
Thanks for joining us. Have a great evening.